Now to some in-depth coverage of last night's State of the Union address. President Obama speaking for a final time before the joint session of Congress and to the nation, touting the achievements he's reached over his first 7 years in office. Joining us live in studio, our political analyst, Joe Fleming. And first of all, Joe, your impressions overall of last night's speech.
Well, overall, the speech was okay. It wasn't really exciting. It won't go down as his best speech ever. But basically, he went into the speech, talked about his successes over the last 7 years, but also he talked about his major faults over the last 7 years. So I think in that sense, it was pretty good.
I mean, what is this speech really? It's almost like a farewell because he's lame duck,
Yes.
and the only way that he's going to get anything through Congress this year is by executive order, right?
No question, Patrick. He's lame duck. He has a Republican Congress who does not want to work with him in the sense they don't want to do anything that's going to make the Democrats look good for the November election. So whatever the president does, he has to do it through executive order. Keep in mind, we're talking an executive order. If a Republican wins as president, they can undo those executive orders next January 20th.
Now, how common is it for a president in this situation, especially lame duck, to use the executive order?
I think we see times where presidents use it more than others, especially when you don't have the Congress with you. The only way you can get things done is by using the executive order. I think this president over the next year will use it when he feels it's appropriate.
Let's talk about some of the things that were mentioned during the speech by the president and in the response to the speech from a Republican.
Yes.
And I'm talking specifically about these digs at a certain Republican candidate who was not named, but we all know who it was,
Right.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, the president took some shots at him. He basically tried to lay out to the American people that you want to keep a Democrat in the White House. The interesting part was South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley also took shots at Donald Trump. So you have the Democrat and the Republican last night taking shots at the Republican front runner. That's very uncommon. You don't see Republicans doing that at all. So I think it shows that the Republican establishment has some concerns about Donald Trump at the same time.
So you think that obviously was a calculated decision last night by the Republicans as a whole, with a large audience, to show little support for Trump?
Well, I think as Nikki Haley,
Right.
at least from her,
She didn't do that on her own.
No, I think she knew. I mean, the Republicans asked her, the Speaker and the Majority Leader in the Senate asked her to be the spokesperson. They knew she was more of a moderate than the ultra-conservative Donald Trump, and she spoke how she really felt, and she wants to bring more people into the Republican Party, not less. I think the very conservative Republicans are going to be very upset with her today.
All right, so final question. The president heads out to Nebraska, Louisiana today, to try and tout his message.
Right.
Those are Republican-leaning states. So it's now he's more of like a campaigner.
He will be trying to campaign for the Democratic nominee, whoever it is.
Right.
I think you're going to see him go into states where he basically has a lot of support, more of the larger blue states, some of the swing states, but you won't see him in too many red states.
All right, and final question, Joe. Do you play Powerball?
Yes, I do.
If you win, will you still be our political analyst?
Absolutely, for you guys.
All right. It's good to know. Thank you, Joe. And it's on camera, it's on tape, so you can't change your mind. More in-depth coverage of the State of the Union on WPRI.com.